I've been a lesbian for as long as I can remember. As far back as when I was a little girl, I remember just being very fascinated by women, girls, and I just always wanted to bond and be around women that I thought I was attracted to. And it wasn't until like probably when I was in my adolescence and going through puberty that I really knew that I was a lesbian, because when they were teaching health and sex ed classes, saying that when we're going through these hormonal changes, we should be feeling certain ways towards the opposite gender, which would have been males. And for me, that wasn't the case, because I was checking out the other girls in my class. And I was feeling strongly towards a lot of my good friends, and I think I made friends with the girls that I was attracted to, because it just seemed like I wanted to be around them all the time. So it wasn't until I was much older, in college, that I actually had my first lesbian experience, and it was pretty awesome. And from that point on, I pretty much knew that I was a lesbian, but for some reason, I felt like I still had to kind of prove to myself and maybe others that maybe it was because I'd never been with the right guy. So I did, have like a boyfriend in high school and actually in college, but it wasn't the same. They were really cool guys, but I just didn't like them romantically, and I didn't want to be with them intimately like I did women. Yes, I did feel a need to come out of the closet, because it's like holding this huge secret inside of me, and it was like living a double life. I can only imagine how it would feel to be like a double agent. And that's exactly how I felt, that I had this secret life of what made me extremely happy, being in a lesbian relationship and not being able to share it with anyone, at least of all the people that I cared about. So for me, it was a great need. I felt like I had to at least tell the people that were closest to me, who mattered to me, that this is who I am and what I'm about. And when I did that, it was like, pressure lifted from my shoulders, because I don't have to keep a secret from the people that I love and care about. And, I'm letting them into a part of me that, I've kept, bottled up, to myself and whoever I was with at the time. So it's very liberating. It's a wonderful experience. And if you have a great support group, it's all worth it. When I came out to my second to the eldest sister, she was actually very supportive, and she said that she already knew that I probably was a lesbian, because I never mentioned any guys to her. And even though I was very feminine and wore makeup, did my hair, she said there was something in my personality that kind of led her to believe that she doesn't seem like other girls. So that went pretty well. When I came out to my sister that's right above me, she kind of broke down, and felt like she was losing a sister, and I reassured her that she wasn't, and she thought maybe it was my parents' fault because of the Fa'asa'amua, of them being very strict and keeping us on lockdown and couldn't go out as much. And she was feeling like maybe because younger, I was robbed of the experience of dating guys like other teenage girls in America. She felt that maybe it was their fault, and I told her it's not a matter of them doing however they did to raise us. It was just I would have been gay either way. And so my dad sort of played it off like, oh, this is a phase, and My mom knew that I was gay, but just couldn't accept it. But she wasn't mean about it. She just would never bring it up. And so it's kind of those issues where even now, like if you get together on holidays, it's an unspoken thing, but they understand that I've made my choice in life. They respect it, but they don't talk about it. They're my parents. I'm gonna love them no matter what. I can't push them in their elderly age, to accept who I am, but for whatever reason, however I'm able to be in my parents' lives, especially now that they're much older, I'm respectful of their parameters. Obviously I would love for them to be more accepting of all of me, but I just don't think I'm at a point where I can do that anymore. I mean, they're old and they're set in their ways, but we have an understanding. What I'd like to give in terms of advice to you is it's very important to find your voice. It's very important for you to see who your allies and who are your friends, and to be selective about who you begin to start sharing this part of yourself with, because not everyone is going to be as accepting. And be safe about it. Kind of gauge your audience, whether it's with friends, family, or whomever, because especially if you're young or whatever age you are, if you don't have an ability to support yourself, you might endanger yourself and won't have any financial support. And I'm not saying that it's not important for you to express yourself, but have a plan, and before you start sharing yourself, make sure that it's a safe place for you to share, because if you share prematurely, the consequences, you could be out on the street and there's no one there to help you. So kind of build resources around you. If you know you're gay and you don't have resources readily available at home, maybe there's somebody at school or at your workplace that you can reach out to first, and then slowly start building your support system around you. My name is Manumalo Ala'Ilima. I am originally from Los Angeles, California, and I predominantly identify myself as Samoan American, but I also have Tongan ancestry.